Okay, so apparently DJ Academics is getting a lot of backlash for him saying that he thought Jess Hilarious was a trans at first. Um First and foremost, I'm gonna say this. I was looking at the comments and I don't like how a lot of people that were in that particular community was going in on Jess, basically trying to say she's hating on a trans woman and all this other stuff. I saw a lot of really mean comments. But I'm gonna just say this, that's gonna be another video for another day. Nobody can ever say I'm against the community because I told y'all my Walmart story time. I told y'all how I still keep my loyalty towards certain people that I know for a fact they're down low. In the Dwight Howard getting sued story. So my loyalty towards the community has always been there and still is there. Even after I fell out with one of my good Judys that I told you about in the Dwight Howard story time. Well, not story time, but I still never blabbed his secret. You see what I'm saying? I still, to this day, nobody never knows that I know that. You see what I'm saying? Like, people still don't know that. Even after we weren't cool no more, I still never told his tea. I never been that girl that get mad at people and tell their business. That's never been my thing. So can't nobody never say, oh, you have a thing towards the community, because to this day, I never told. And I couldn't stand his girlfriend at the time. Still don't care much for her. But to this day, I could have used that as a sword towards her, because to this day, I never told. Okay? So I just want to put that out there. So can't nobody never say that. Right? Boom. So here's the thing. I say all that to say, I'm going to do a video on how I feel about the community one day. I'm going to do it, and I don't care how y'all feel about it. Because I'm with the people that say some of the members in the LGBTQ community, some of y'all are one-sided. Meaning, y'all can say what y'all want to say to us. Y'all can put peer pressure on us. When I say peer pressure, meaning if somebody is not into what y'all are into, or is not open to doing the things that y'all want to do, y'all try to make them feel like you're not being open-minded, you're not with the community, you're not open to certain things. It's like y'all try to peer pressure them into thinking they have to do or be into what y'all want to be into. I'm going to do a video on that another day. If somebody doesn't want to try something, if somebody is not open to certain things, it's like y'all try to say, oh, so what you trying to say? Something wrong with it? I'm with the people that say that. Even, I was reading certain comments like, I'm going to elaborate more because I told y'all I got into a fight with a dyke all because I didn't want to give her a kiss. You see what I'm saying? So, a physical fight. I got into a physical fight with a dyke because I didn't want to give her a kiss. So, stuff like that, that's going to be another story time for another day. Stuff like that, that's why I say some of y'all in that community is like, we got to know all y'all pronouns. We got to, we can't say tranny. We got to say it the right way. We got to say all y'all titles and say everything the right way with y'all. But with us, the people in the heterosexual community, we have to come at y'all correct and everything else, but y'all can say whatever y'all want to say to us. You see what I'm saying? I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. So I'm going to go more in depth with that another time. Another time. But with that being said, I just wanted to put that out there because I saw some of the mean comments. It's like y'all can say whatever y'all want to say to women, but when it comes to y'all, if we don't say something the right way, it's a problem. Y'all call the dogs. You see what I'm saying? And I think it's one-sided. So with that being said, I'm with those people that say it's one-sided because I really think it is. Now, with that being said, I'm going to just say it. I do believe Jess wears a lot of makeup because she tries to soften it up. She does have features about herself that are, how can I say this? I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to leave that alone. But she's not ugly. I'll put it there. I don't think she's ugly. And I'm going to leave it there. She's not ugly. So, with that being said, Jess cracks jokes on people for a living. Okay, y'all not gonna get me on the sympathy train for somebody that's a comedian. Jess was introduced to us as a comedian. Okay, then she branched off and started doing other things. I'm not jumping on the sympathy train too quickly for somebody that is a comedian. She's a comedian. Okay, so miss me with the we need to bring awareness to all this other crap. She's a comedian. She roasts people. She roasts people. We've heard this lady talk about people's shoes, their hair, their clothes. Come on now, if you can dish it out, you have to be able to take it. Everybody's brand of comedy is not the same. Some people have dark humor. Some people roast people aesthetic. Some people roast people family members. We have different kinds of comedians out here. They all have different, whether y'all want to admit it or not. The rapper Kia, the My Neck and My Back girl. To me, to be honest, she is, in my opinion, she is like a dark humor. She roasts about a lot of things that people don't find funny. Right? Jess, we've heard of her making fun of people careers. If they have an album that flopped or their clothes, their shoes, to me, I don't think roasting people about their clothes and shoes is funny. I don't think that's funny. To other people, they may say, oh, girl, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. It's her, To me, I don't think it's funny. You see what I'm saying? This is coming from someone that grew up going to school, and people laughed at me because I didn't wear polo and Aeropostale. To me, I thought it was plain. A lot of people say I come across as a girly girl. Maybe, I don't know. A lot of people tell me that. I thought it was too plain for me. I didn't want to wear it. I wasn't hip to them because I didn't want to wear polo. I don't want to just wear a regular collar shirt with one little symbol in the top left corner, wherever it is. The Aeropostale, regular shirt, all it does is have a big Aeropostale label on it. It was too plain for me. I don't think it's nothing funny about roasting people, but to other people, it may be, oh girl, it's just a joke, Everybody has their own brand of comedy. What they think is funny. Do I think people were being a little sensitive? Yes. Yes. It goes back to everybody. It seems like y'all are one-sided. Now, I'm going to say this. Y'all want to make everything colorism. I mean, and truth be told, some of y'all's span isn't even long enough to really be talking for real on the subject of colorism. And when I say span, look it up. Like, some of y'all, for real, to be honest, I feel like some of y'all want to sound deep so bad that it don't even be... let me leave it alone for real. Anyway, look, I'm gonna put it to y'all like this. People gonna have their own opinion. Like I said, y'all not gonna get me to feel that bad over somebody that's a comedian really by occupation more than anything. Like I said, she was introduced to us as a comedian. Okay, you have to be able to take the light jokes just like you have to be able to take the dark jokes. When I say the light jokes and the dark jokes, I mean as far as a light joke, something somebody may call you fat. To me, that's a light joke. That's the easy read. I mean, anybody can see when somebody fat or overweight. Kids joke on people being fat and skinny, and that's a light joke to me. A dark joke. Let me not say dark, because y'all gonna try to act like, oh, you saying she dark. No, when I say a dark joke, I mean as far as something that people may say you took it too far. Meaning it's dark. It's on the dark side of humor. Joking about someone's relatives that may have passed on, like Kia. Joking on Keisha Cole's mother. That's a dark joke. Because that's something, how my ex say when we would get in arguments, he would say, now you flying where crows don't go. Something that's a dark joke. Or something that people may say, you took it too far. You hit below the belt. To me, saying someone look like a man, that's like a oh shit joke. Like, my cousin and I, when we got into it, I told her she looked like a F word. And my supposed to be uncle, said she looked like Rick James. You see what I'm saying? So she got pissed off. She said, okay, now y'all doing too much. This person is somebody that you ever met somebody that it's hard to hurt their feelings. Like, you can say whatever you want to say about them, but for the most part, you cannot hurt their feelings. Say she looked like a man, she would get upset. That's how I know deep down she really does feel that way. Because you could say whatever you want to say to her. You cannot piss her off. You cannot piss her off. She will laugh. It's nothing you can say like, and I can say that. I'm a brown skinned girl. One time I told her she looked like a gorilla. She said, and as y'all can see, I'm a brown skinned girl. I can say that. I'm not mixed with nothing. She joked on me too. She told me I look like a little koala bear. So hey, it is what it is. She told me my cheekbones, my face shaped like a seahorse because of my cheekbones. So to me at the time, once I lost all the weight, my cheekbones started to come in. So people will always joke, hey, bitch, you got some cheekbones on you, like, because my face was round. But then when I lost weight, my cheekbones came in. So she said I look like a little seahorse. Well, especially when I had my hair like a little mohawk. She said I look like a little seahorse. For a second, that pissed me off because when I turned my face to the side, I did have little features like a little seahorse. So that pissed me off. But it wasn't until I started talking to my ex at that time. He started biting my cheekbones. He liked to bite on my cheekbones. So he thought it was sexy. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't until my good Judy told me some people like cheekbones. Look at Erica Dixon. You know what I'm saying? So off Love and Hip Hop. So everybody got an opinion. We would joke. She would say I look like a seahorse. I would say she look like a gorilla. It's all depending on people's brand of comedy. But like I told y'all, my older cousin, when I said she looked like a F word, that was the quickest way to piss her off. That's how I know deep down that really does bother her. Because she said, anytime we joking enough, if I feel she getting the best of me, that's where I'm going to hit. If I feel like she hitting below the belt, I'm going to hit her there below the belt too. That's what we do. That's how we, she would say growing up, people would say she looked like a linebacker because she got the big shoulders. They said she was shaped like the letter T. She would say how that bothered her. So when we would get to joking, I told y'all back in the day I had big boobs. So growing up, they said I was shaped like the letter P. So she would say, and I would tell her when she would try to hit below the belt, that's what she would get me. That's why you shake like the letter P. I said, that's why you shake like the letter T. So that's what we would do. So people on the outside would say, well, you shouldn't say she looked like a gorilla. Well, she shouldn't say I look like a seahorse. Once I got the breast reduction, she couldn't say I was shaped like a letter P no more. You see what I'm saying? So, it all depends on the people level of comedy. Just like I told y'all, Jess is a roaster. My cousin is a roaster. I just told y'all, you can't say much to piss her off unless you say she look like a man. Now, if you say that, that's gonna piss her off. That's gonna upset her. Okay, that's gonna upset her. That's how I know deep down she really does feel that way. She had a friend once before that they fell out. She was telling me about it. Long story short, he was a cross-dresser, right? That liked men, but he didn't want to be referred to as a trainer because he still had the male parts. Long story short, that's why I say people can laugh along with comedians until they are the brunt of the joke. So when I say that, she will always tell me how her friend could roast people. Roast because a lot of the times when you grow up with people clowning you, you learn to roast throughout the years. You learn certain things to come back on people, right? And that was the case with her friend that, they're not friends anymore. Long story short, she will always tell me how he roasts people. What happened was she was working in a certain building, long story short, and he was one of the janitors there. So he got into it with somebody there, and she was telling me how she heard him roasting that lady to the point where she was crying. Like, she was crying because it was so funny. So that's how they became friends. Because how you tell somebody, you told her ass, da-da-da. So it was all funny until they got into it, right? So one particular time, they was joking, da-da-da. And when they got into it, after they were friends for some time and they got into it. Like I always tell y'all, 2 strong personalities don't make it long. Somebody got to know when to dial it back, right? I always tell y'all that. Long story short, then I got to go in a little bit. I got to get, anyway. So look, long story short, they got into it and, the friend had said, they was reading each other, and me knowing her, if she feel like you getting the best of her, she gonna hit you too below the belt, right? So, both of them was some below the belt bitches, and that's just how it is, right? So she told me how they got into it, and he said, well, when I first met you, I thought you was the F word anyway, until you told me you had 2 daughters. You see what I'm saying? Then he said to himself, damn, she ain't one of the girls. She a real woman. And for him to say he said to himself, that means he really thought that she really was one of the girls. So she said, wait a minute, you thought I was a what? And he said, yeah, I thought you was one of us anyway. Until, you know what I'm saying? So she, knowing her, she was throwing it right back at him. And he said, to be honest, I thought you was one of the girls. And what he said, something like, she was like, what, you wanted to something to me or something, she said. And he said, no, I thought you was a man anyway. That's why I was trying to hook up with you. He won't attracted to women in no type of way. And he said, I could have sworn, I really thought, he said, and she said, you ain't think no shit like that. And he said, I swear to God, I really thought you was a man. I really did. And me knowing her, she got mad. Because that's something that really bothers her. That really, if you really want to hurt her, that's the quickest way to do it. That's the quickest way to do it. So, one time, when I said it to her, when I was visiting over there, she got so mad that she acted like she wanted to fight. And for a second, we got into it, and she pushed me. And by me being short, I'm 5'3", and she like Mind you, she already got them features on her. She's 6'4". You see what I'm saying? With them shoulders like that. So we got into it, and she pushed me, and I pushed her back, and we were throwing hands for a second, and I got her up against the wall, and I was getting her ass. And her sister had broke it up. And she said, damn, bitch, your little ass strong. You see what I'm saying? So I knew in that moment then, that was a trigger for her. That was a trigger for her. But see, by me, like my dudes always tell me, you good for turning your back on people. And I told y'all before a couple of my story times, I had turned my back on her because I didn't know at that moment that was a trigger for her. She pushed me. You see what I'm saying? So we were throwing hands for a second, and her sister had to break it up because the kids were sitting right there. The kids, she said, y'all stop. We wouldn't stop. I got her ass up against that wall. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, I knew in that moment. So ever since then, every time she pissed me off, that's the first place I'm going to hit. The first place. Because I knew that in that moment, that was a trigger for her. She said, bitch, your little ass strong. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, people, and I don't even think I'm that strong. But what you're not going to do, one thing I've learned in life, family or no family, what you're not going to do is try to play me. You're not going to try to play me. You push me on purpose. Ain't no you ain't mean to. You push me on purpose because that piss you off. That piss you off. They know you ain't mean to. You did that shit on purpose. Okay? With that being said, I think that's some bitch ass shit. You gonna wait. I'm gonna tell you one thing that I think is a coward move. Then I'm done with it. Wait until somebody turn their back, number one. Pulling hair, if that's the only way you know how to win a fight. And number three, mushing somebody. With say it's two people getting into it and then somebody standing in between y'all and they mush you. I think that's some bitch ass shit. Because if this person was standing right here, you wouldn't even do that. So, anyway, I never been mushed before, but I have had somebody pull my hair in the fight, and I have had somebody come behind me once I turned my back multiple times. So, like my dudes tell me, knock it off with that, you know. Nonetheless, if you're a comedian, you got to be willing to take it. That's just where I'm going with it. You dish it, you got to take it. Just like you take the light jokes, you got to take the dark jokes. And that's just how I feel about it.